Hey guys, what is up, the Gaming Gadget here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Arrow Season 6, Episode 7. Now, I'm sorry that this video is late, guys. Our computer's battery was broken, and we had to get it replaced, but we finally got that done, and we are ready to get into this video. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is, when is Oliver going to become the Arrow again? Obviously, he became it in this episode, and he was it during the crossover, as we saw. But is he going to keep that maintained, or is he, as he said he was going to do, give the title to John Diggle once he's back on his feet in good health? Well, this depends on a couple things. And I'd say that his strongest blind spot, as mentioned in the show, is his family and his loved ones. So if one of them is put in harm's way, and he feels the need to go and help them, and the only way to do that is by being the Arrow again, he will definitely do that. But I feel like it will still only be momentarily. The only way that I really think he will permanently become the Arrow again is if William tells him to, because even in this episode, yeah, he was the Arrow, but he wasn't comfortable with being the Arrow, because he was breaking his promise to William. So the only way that he's going to permanently become the Arrow again, I think, is if William tells him to become the Arrow again. So the next question is, what would make him do that? As we know, Kaden James seems like a likely pick for our big bad this season, and we'll talk about that later on in this video. But one of his partners is Laurel from Earth 2, otherwise known as Black Siren. Now, as we know, she is not one of the nicest people, as she is teaming up with the big bad. So obviously it's in her facility to kill, as we've seen, to kidnap, to torture. And I think that William going through a traumatic experience like that would help him to tell Oliver to become the Arrow once more. Obviously they're not going to kill him, but they could possibly torture him or kidnap him, as I've mentioned in one of my other videos, and you can check that out in my Arrow review playlist that this video will be going in. But I think that that's a good possibility of what could happen to make William want Oliver to become the Arrow again. In summary, William will get kidnapped by Laurel, maybe even tortured, and when William finally gets free, he will tell Oliver to become the Green Arrow again, and thus the legacy of the Arrow will continue on with Oliver. Now, as I mentioned, we were going to come back to Kaden James being the big bad, and here we are. We have seen him now a total of 3 times, and even 4 if you include the season finale. Going in chronological order, season finale time, when he rescued Laurel from the explosion on Me and You. The second time would be when Laurel broke into the prison, and that was of course Kaden James' plan, as she was obviously already with him in the group by then. The third time now would be when we saw them break in to the big internet server. And now this episode would be the 4th time with the bomb at the concert. So we have been seeing a lot of him. 3 out of 7 episodes, that is almost half of them. And no other possible villain has been in 3 episodes this season. So that leaves Kaden James as the only possibility to be the big bad, with Laurel and an unknown guy on his team. Now, another thing that I've been talking about in a lot of my other videos, and it finally happened, is that Thea got out of her coma and is not yet out of the hospital, but is soon to be. And I'm guessing is definitely gonna be back on her feet in next episode. But what is she gonna want to do it for life now? Is she just gonna want to live a normal life again? Is she gonna want to become Speedy again? Or is she gonna be something different? Now, she may feel like she wants to be Speedy again, with her experience on the island, with everything about being kidnapped and then exploding and going into a coma. She may feel helpless, and because of that want to become Speedy again. The other way that she can take it is that she may want to even have a stronger desire now to be normal, just because she may feel like being normal will keep her farther away from that stuff and out of harm's way. Or she could totally disregard both of those and choose a different path in life. One that I'm not exactly quite sure of yet. Obviously, it'd be the coolest if she became Speedy again, but it seems more like her personality to become something completely different now. But I cannot think of anything different that she'd want to be. Maybe she's going to spend some extra time with William and be his aunt for a while and get to know him, and possibly maybe even sure be a factor in convincing William to let Oliver be the Arrow again. Now, finally, we had something very important involving the vigilante laws, and that is that they were passed that there can't be any vigilantes anymore, or they will be immediately killed on the spot. Now, we've had this storyline a lot, and every single time the laws were passed, and every single time when the laws were passed like this, nothing really happened. They just continued with their own life. The police, of course, showed up, but Oliver and his team always got away. So that's my proof that the vigilante age is not over. Of course, the team's still going to be functioning. Of course, they are still going to get away with everything, as always, because that's just how these shows work, guys. I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching, and of course, Gadget on.